gentlemen, boys and girls, beautiful people of this world, a warm welcome to each and every single one of you. Welcome to this year's Deep Tech Awards. My name is Taylor Sheldrake, and I work across ecosystem and growth at Motion Lab Berlin, Germany's official Deep Tech hub. And that being said, I have the lucky task this evening of guiding you throughout the formal part of this show. Now, before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to land where we actually are. The Deep Tech Awards turns 11 years old this year. 11 years of the Berlin Senate recognizing those companies that aren't just pushing out products, but that are pushing the boundaries of what is scientifically possible. And now to any of you that know the city at all, know why Berlin is exactly the right place to do just that. With institutions such as the Fraunhofer Institute, the Charité, FU Berlin, the Helmholtz Centers, Humboldt, the list goes on. The density of research in this very city is like very few across the globe. And that said, we have the labs, the infrastructure, the universities and the hospitals. It's all there, not as a cluster. It is a fabric. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's very safe to say that deep tech in Berlin has never been a trend. It is structural. And that means something. It means something because deep tech does not succeed in isolation. It succeeds when the right people come together at exactly the right moment. And I'm not just saying that for the sake of saying that. I'm saying that because there is proof in the pudding. Take the example of Diamond Tech. Diamond Tech won this very award in 2024 in the same ceremony, and as a result, they were paired with partners that helped them grow and gain visibility, that gave them the expertise and the network to succeed. And they did just that. So much so that they now have what some might call a luxury problem, a growing pain, a milestone, a challenge nevertheless. What Diamond Tech now needs to do is they need to push out their very first 100,000 units of a non-invasive blood glucose measuring device. And that is no easy feat. And what they now really need is young engineering talent. So what did they do? Where are they going to find that young engineering talent? Well, they went back to the very ecosystem that has helped them along the way. The ecosystem that has supported them to get where they are, and as a result, they joined Motion Lab Berlin as challenge givers in their tech talent program. There they were paired with 5 engineering students from over 200 applications from across Berlin and Brandenburg. These young students are now actually prototyping and building the automated test stations of Diamond Tech. And this is quite a big moment, because the students aren't only getting hands-on real experience, but Diamond Tech is also winning with the products they so desperately need and access to the new talent. That said, Diamond Tech in essence has gone from an award winner to industry mentor within just 2 years, mentoring the next generation. This is a full circle moment, a moment that can only work when an ecosystem comes together. So ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute joy that we are here at the Deep Tech Momentum for the very first time, such a large stage for this very award. Here with over 3,000 attendees over the course of these 2 days, 800 corporate buyers, 500 investors, and more than 300 carefully curated European deep tech startups. I think it goes without saying that the people in this room are not observers of the ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the ecosystem. So that said, we're going to open this award and hand out a number of prizes. And for the very first time, we're going to open an award that is new to this stage, and it was co-created with Deep Tech Momentum. It is the Breakthrough Momentum Award. Now, as I move on to my next cue cards over here, why is this award, or why was this award created? And it exists to address one specific market gap. and that is very simple. Europe has never lacked brilliant science, but what it has sometimes lacked is the momentum to take that science and turn it into a global category leader. This award was designed to recognize that European startup that is closest to closing that gap. Not in terms of technological strength, but in terms of the rare combination of taking that technology and being able to execute it at scale. The eligibility for this category was not open, and every candidate was carefully drawn from those that the deep tech momentum put forward for their DTM 100. From within this cohort, we also had a rather esteemed panel of jurists, 3 of Europe's most respected tech investors, who carefully assessed each company according to their team and execution power, market traction, and innovation timing. Now, that being said, I'd like to also welcome our very own State Secretary of Economics, Mr. Michael Biel, to the stage, as he's going to help me announce who our winners and hand over the prizes are for this evening. Michael. Hi, good to have you here. This one will be yours. All right, we have 3 finalists in this category, and they are Six Robotics is one of them, and then a number of other startups, including Add Energy, Ascension, Edge Aerospace, Euclid, Instix, Inversion Semiconductor, Nordic Biographies, Orbital Matter, and Tatam AI. There is one big winner for them, and that can be none other. There's an envelope waiting there for you. Yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, the award goes to Six Robotics. Congratulations.
Big congratulations. Thank you, thank you. Now, Six Robotics is, as part of Deep Tech Momentum, and Martin Schilling, who's standing over there, has put forward, is an autonomy software for fleets of unmanned aerial vehicles built on swarm intelligence algorithms and real-time mission control. Now, that is a really, really big sentence, and I think if I had to break it down into layman terms, and maybe I'm butchering this, but it simply means that drones that do not just operate as tools, but as intelligent teams. Oh, fantastic. Lovely. Okay. Now, there was not just any person or any company that could win this award. It was carefully curated and telling us exactly why Six Robotics stood out is exactly one individual who has the power, or at least the knowledge, to understand exactly what they do and the gravity of it. There we had 3 individuals that carefully assessed them, and the individual telling us exactly why Six Robotics is at hand. Please welcome someone with over 27 years of deep tech investment experience and one of the architects of Europe's early stage ecosystem, Dr. Hendrik Brandes, co-founder and general partner of Early Bird Venture Capital. Thank you, sir. Do you mind giving him your mic? Fantastic.
Thank you very much for inviting me here on stage and having the honor to congratulate you and speak the laudatio for what you have done. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to recognize this year's winner, Six Robotics. Six Robotics impressed us, the jury, with an exceptional combination of defense expertise, technological innovation, and international ambition. The team brings together deep operational R&D experience from the Norwegian defense sector with strong commercial and strategic capabilities. The company developed advanced autonomous drone swarm technology that enables multiple UAVs to operate collaboratively in complex defense environments. A highly relevant capability for the future of modern security and defense. What particularly stood out was the company's ability to translate this innovation into real-world deployment, into momentum, since we are in deep tech momentum. 6 Robotics has already delivered its first Valkyrie drone swarm systems to the Norwegian Army, demonstrating clear operational validation. In addition, its partnership with US defense company AVEX Aerospace highlights the company's growing international relevance. 6 Robotics presents exactly the kind of bold, globally minded and mission-critical innovation in Deep Tech Awards, the Deep Tech Awards aim to celebrate. So, on behalf of the jury, congratulations again to the entire 6 Robotics team, and it's well deserved, and I wish you the very best for the further future. Thank you.
Thank you. I have one question for you this evening. We're here at Deep Tech Momentum, the Deep Tech Awards this evening. Now, it's all about connecting with the right people to moving forward. If you had one critical ask, one introduction that you really, really need and would like to have, what would it be?
An introduction?
Yes. Who would you like to meet?
I met so many important people from Ukraine here, and I think meeting the people on the front that stands in this every day, every single week, every single month is the most important introduction I get at DTM.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, if there's anyone else in this room, you better stay on to mingle with them and meet some more. Thank you so much for joining us on stage today. Yes? Yeah. One more award. Fantastic. We'll take one big photo. Fantastic. Thank you so much. All right. We have 5 remaining categories to award this evening. And the first one is Bio and Health Tech. Now, breakthroughs within biotechnology, medtech, and digital health do not just win markets. It's exactly those changes that they can make that change the way we are diagnosed, the way we are treated, and the way we live with a condition. So I think one can genuinely say this is exactly where the stakes are personal. And I'm very happy to see that we have 3 rather profound finalists working in this category. Those are
when you lose your muscle power, you lose your personal autonomy, and therefore it's an urgent need that we, for these entirely untreatable diseases, find a cure.
Myopax develops innovative therapies to treat so far untreatable muscular dystrophies.
We can exactly produce highly regenerative muscle stem cells with our proprietary technology.
We have developed a manufacturing process to isolate and to propagate these cells,
and then use these stem cells as regenerative therapy to build up muscle and empower for muscle function. We are approaching our first clinical trial. This is, of course, of enormous importance, and in, let's say, a few years from now, we have finished, hopefully, clinical trials in at least one, but ideally in more indications. We have these super novel technologies.
Things that have been unthinkable about 10 years ago.
Bringing these in the clinic and hopefully also to products that really then reach patients on the long term, this is what we dream of.
We are Cantimus Therapeutics. a spin-off from the Max Delbrück Center here in Berlin. We are developing the next generation of chimeric antigen receptor T-cells, living drugs designed to redefine the treatment of blood cancers and autoimmune diseases. Current approved CAR T-cells were revolutionary. However, they still fail in half of all patients. And why? Because the tumor can hide. It can lose or downregulate the target antigen CD19. And the tumor has support. There are cells in the microenvironment providing growth and survival signals. CAR-T can overcome these hurdles by targeting a novel antigen, the chemokine receptor CXCR5. CXCR5 offers a unique dual targeting mechanism by simultaneously eliminating the cancer cells as well as the supporting microenvironment, directly addressing the primary reasons for relapse. Currently, a first investigator-initiated clinical trial in humans is in preparation at the Charité in Berlin. Our goal is to achieve durable remission and a substantial improvement for the quality of life of the patients. Thank you, Deep Tech Berlin, for helping us in shaping the future of immunotherapy.
My name is Janina Stata. I'm a co-founder and the CTO of Blueprint Biomed, where we developed a new standard of care for bone regeneration. Imagine breaking an arm, and the best treatment solution would also include breaking a hip. That sounds weird, right? However, 7 million people worldwide per year are suffering from bone defects that do not heal naturally anymore. So, a surgeon would take healthy material, for example from the hip, combine it with a biomaterial and implant it into the patient. However, in 1 out of 5 patients, that procedure does not work. 30% are suffering from chronic pain, and this together costs billions to the healthcare ecosystem yearly. We at Blueprint Biomed developed the first standalone and off-the-shelf implant, OsteoBlue, which does not require any cells, tissues or growth factor, and is therefore providing a much safer and efficient solution. We are a spin-off from the Charité, and we are a team with multiple competencies spanning from engineering, natural sciences and business development. We want to show that medtech made in Berlin has the potential to become the new standard of care for bone regeneration.
All right. 3 fantastic finalists, only 1 winner. Who could it be? Michael, do you care to tell the honors?
Ladies and gentlemen, amazing companies, and the second award tonight in the category Bio and Health Tech goes to Myopax. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations. You may take that one too. All right, cell therapies for muscle tissue regeneration. I think anyone who has been or has a loved one diagnosed with a disease in that category is very grateful for the work you're doing. That said, the finalists were quite esteemed, right? And obviously, I'm lucky I did not have to make the decision of who gets to win, because that is quite a noble task. And we were lucky enough to have quite the esteemed panel of jurists who are going to show up behind me now shortly. Matthias? And these jurists are these 3 individuals and telling us exactly why Myopax was deserving of this exact award. Please welcome to the stage our laudator to this evening, Marianne Hitchcock, Managing Director of the Gene and Cell Therapies Incubator Berlin and Strategy and Portfolio Manager in R&D at Bayer. Welcome.
Hello.
Marianne,
Yeah, so I'm truly humbled to have the honor to give the laudatio now to Myopax. Good evening, everyone. So I just want to, first of all, I want to say deep tech innovation is really not just about brilliant technology. It's about turning scientific insight into real-world impact. So about translating bold ideas into solutions that then can really, truly make a difference for people's lives. This year, we had the privilege of reviewing 3 outstanding finalists, each representing the very best of entrepreneurship. Cartemis, with a clear connection to cutting-edge research, as well-structured roadmap and a strong positioning in the highly relevant ecosystem of partners, with an inhuman trial coming up at Berlin Charité. They demonstrate impressive maturity on the path to clinical application. Blueprint Biomed, oh, lost my thing.
If you like, you could also use the pult here, and then you have stability. I'll come and stand with you.
That would be nice. So, Blueprint Biomed, whose novel single-step implant is redefining bone healing. By leveraging advanced 3D printing, they make it possible to regenerate complex fractures without the need for secondary surgery, making the procedure faster and the need for and lowering the complications. And Myopax. Myopax is building on novel research to tackle one of the most complex challenges in regenerative medicine, true muscle regeneration. And they really stand on a highly differentiated foundation. All three finalists demonstrate remarkable scientific depth and a clear potential for societal impact. Our jury of 3, and Larissa is also in the audience, we really evaluated all applications on an independent basis, giving points on different categories of innovation. And so I can tell you the decision was really rarely unanimous. Myopax convinced us all. There was immediate acknowledgement and no doubt in all. And for a good reason. Myopax combines highly relevant science with strong technical execution. The core scientific contribution is both original and compelling. But what truly stands out is not just the technology, it's the mindset behind it all. The determination to really defeat the complexity and to grow through it. Turning fundamental research into real therapy is never a straight path. It requires courage, persistence, and conviction every single day. The team did not wait for someone else to solve the problem, they took it on themselves. For patients who have no time to wait. Myopax represents a shift from managing degeneration to really enabling true regeneration. From incremental progress to meaningful transformation. On a personal note, it is a special pleasure also to give this laudatio to Verena, someone I got to know as a neighbor on our Berlin campus, which recently also received the designation as a Zukunftsort as the Berlin Health Innovation Quarter Berlin Mitte. I have experienced Verena as an outstanding scientist and also a physician who truly cares about patients. So, therefore, it is my great pleasure to say congratulations to the entire Myopax team. I know there are also other team members also in the audience, and you truly deserve this, and you're making outstanding and meaningful transformation in clinical science. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marion. We'll take one big group photo. Everyone smile for Christoph. And step forward. A big congratulations, Myopax. Well done.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next category this evening. is the category Web3 and distributed ledger technologies. Now, decentralized systems are rewriting the rules of digital infrastructure. Not because it is fashionable, no, but because trustless coordination, transparent data flows, and smart contracts are generally solving the problems that centralized systems cannot, satellites included. And telling us just why are our very three finalists.
Hi, I'm Dan Noe, co-founder, co-CEO of NIA. We entered the Deep Tech Award with our electronic securities register and the technical infrastructure that we've built around it. We utilized the blockchain to allow the registry issuance, custody, and also the placement via multi-channel distribution, called co-listing, of electronic securities. With over 100 issuances for SMEs and a total volume of over 80 million euros raised, our infrastructure is battle-tested, ready to go, and we will now continue to scale it.
Hi, I'm Johannes, and together with Daniel, I founded Niana a little over 4 years ago. Daniel already mentioned our amazing technology, so I want to talk a little bit more about our mission. We want to make digital securities accessible to thousands of small and medium enterprises across the European Union and ultimately boost the GDP of Europe. Issuing securities has never been as efficient and fast as with Neon.
Hi, I'm Radko Albrecht, founder and CEO of Bitbond. Our mission is to make capital markets more efficient and accessible. We do this by building the foundational infrastructure for the tokenized economy. Historically, deploying smart contracts and issuing digital assets was hard. It required specialized developers, high costs, and months of engineering. This created a massive barrier to entry. Both agile startups and established financial institutions faced this hurdle. That's why we built TokenTool. It's an institutional-grade no-code platform. It allows anyone to easily create and manage smart contracts. TokenTool simplifies the entire digital asset lifecycle. You can easily tokenize real-world assets or automate complex vesting schedules. Our innovation lies in a secure, audited, and modular architecture. It operates seamlessly across networks like Ethereum, Solana, and Stellar. We eliminate the risk of smart contract vulnerabilities. This lets our clients focus entirely on their business. We are incredibly proud to build this next-generation financial infrastructure right here in Berlin. Thank you for recognizing Bitbond at the Deep Tech Awards.
Hello, my name is Tristan Hundley, and I'm the founder of DTM26. DTM26 is on a mission to make communications from satellites to ground universal. Right now, when a satellite wants to talk to Earth, many times it has to wait at least an hour and a half to be able to make contact. And we want to change that. So now satellites can talk all the time with Earth. The product that we're putting out to make this happen and to achieve this that we're building right here in Berlin is a modular ground station and software-defined network so that we can distribute these ground stations like a telecom does and get data from space to Earth easier, faster, and cheaper than ever before.
Right, who's the winner for this category? Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, the third award of tonight in the category Web3 and Distributed Ledger Technologies goes to DTM26. Congratulations.
Congratulations. And you get the certificate. Well done. All right. Building decentralized coordination networks for satellite ground stations. I think that simply, very butchly maybe puts it, fewer satellites going dark and more data getting through, which is exactly the problem we need to solve. Big congratulations to you. Right, of course, there is another esteemed panel of jurists that got to make this decision as to why DTM26 stood out. And those jurists are Fantastic. Now, one of them is here with us this evening to tell us exactly why Decent Space stood out. She is a lecturer on blockchain technology worldwide and a member of the Education Working Group of the European Blockchain Association. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Professor Dr. Engineer Katharina Krüger from the HTW Berlin.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations. 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 And of course, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, colleagues, and members of the jury. This evening marks a special occasion, and it's my honor to say a few words about the winner in one of these categories. You have just heard the name of the recipient in this category, Decent Space. This was not an easy decision. We, in the jury, we reviewed remarkable and highly competitive application this year. What ultimately set Decent Space apart was a rare convergence of technical rigor, purposeful design, and a genuine real-world consequence. To appreciate the significance of this award, one must understand the problem Decent Space had set out to solve. The commercial space sector is expanding rapidly, yet the global network of ground stations required to communicate with satellites has not kept space. Access remains concentrated among a small number of providers, resulting in procurement cycles that span months, prohibitive costs, and structural bottlenecks. Decent Space addresses this through a decentralized network connecting satellite operators with a globally distributed ecosystem of ground stations. Scheduling, coordination, and compensation are automated through a blockchain-based protocol. Make this in the... Oh, sorry, no, that is what I would like to skip. What distinguishes Decent Space is the rigor with technology serves purpose rather than the reverse. Distributed ledger technology is deployed and here not as a statement of intent, but because it is the most effective solution to a concrete coordination problem at industrial scale. That disciplined alignment between technological means and real-world end is precisely what this award exists to recognize. The team, led by the founder and chief executive officer Tristan Hundley, brings together expertise across physics, space engineering, and distributed data system. A combination of discipline that is as rare as is necessary for the venture of this ambition. Their work has already attracted significant recognition within the global Web3 community, including a first-place finish in the DTM track of the Colosseum Hackathon. Today, that recognition is extended by the Deep Tech Award jury. Decent Space exemplifies what European deep technology can and should aspire to be, not merely competitive within established paradigms, but architecturally transformative, reconstituting the underlying logic of infrastructure to make it open, decentralized, and accessible to every participant in the space economy. It is a privilege to stand here this evening on this historic occasion for the award and to extend the jury's congratulations to the Decent Space team. What you are building is infrastructure for the next era of space, open by design, decentralized by conviction, and consequently far beyond the boundaries of any single industry. Congratulations on the Deep Tech Award 2026.
Fantastic. One group photo, please. Fantastic. I will take that from you. Thank you so much. Right, we are going to now move on to an opening, or rather, this evening would not be possible without two entities. One of which is, yes? Oh, yes, of course. One entity of which is the Berlin Senate for Economics, Energy and Public Enterprises, and the other, of course, is Deep Tech Momentum. And I therefore would like to welcome to the stage our very own Senator, Mrs. Franziska Giffey, and she will be followed on by Martin Schilling.
Okay, so we have a little premiere here tonight, which I deeply appreciate. For the first time, the Deep Tech Award of Berlin, which is, I think, now in the 11th year, is awarded within Deep Tech Momentum. And there is a lot of synergy which we want to celebrate tonight. The Deep Tech Award rewards courage. And this conference is about courage in Europe. There is a couple of stories, I've talked about them a bit already. You have not yet heard it, Franziska, so I'll repeat it. So we in Europe have been at our best several times as well in this city. Think back 1954. There was a moment 9 years out of the worst war in human history where 12 nations came together and founded a research institute that trapped antimatter, that invented in a sidekick the World Wide Web. This is the research institute CERN. Fast forward 1970, we founded Airbus as Europeans. And then 1989, when the wall came down, France was worried about the rearmament of Germany. And President Mitterrand looked Chancellor Kohl in the eye and said, we will not block reunification if you give up your currency. And we know this, as we're not 20 anymore. The Deutschmark was sacred for Germans, 50% of the country against it, and we gave it up nonetheless. Together with 12 other nations, we founded a currency. Never done in human history. Courage, poor Europe at its best. We believe, and I think we share this, we need to rediscover this courage. And the Deep Tech Award rewards courage of founders, and my big thank you goes not only to the team of the Deep Tech Award, but as well to you personally, Franziska, because my perception of you is you have the courage to take Berlin to the absolute next level. Berlin is the #1 innovation place in Europe, I would say.
Of course.
Yeah? Here we have Philipp Gerbert from the TUM, Munich. So we are not pitching ecosystems, we win together in Europe, but Berlin will step up, right?
That's it. Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks, Martin, for the introducing words. So I hope you feel well tonight. Yeah, is it okay? Did you have a good conference today? I mean, it's the first time that our Deep Tech Berlin Award goes together with the Deep Tech Momentum and here in these nice studios. So thank you everyone who made that possible, and welcome to Berlin. Welcome to this event here tonight. And my name is Franziska Giffey. I'm the Senator for Economic Affairs, Public Enterprises and Energy. I'm Vice Mayor of the City of Berlin. And I really, really want to welcome all of you very warmly to the Deep Tech Award ceremony. And you know, I'm a little bit late today because the traffic was so mad, but don't worry, you made it really good so far. Michael Beer was here, and maybe you have asked yourself, who is that guy in the photos, yeah? Did you have already presented yourself? No, not 3 times? Okay. Michael Beer is my state secretary, and he is responsible for the economic development also. We work together very closely, and we did start a mission when we started to be in that Senate department. We said, okay, we want to have economic growth. We want to bring the best talents to Berlin. We want to do something for the climate neutrality of our city. But we want also to do something really, really important, to put Berlin on the innovation agenda in the European competition, also in the German competition. And very warm welcome from Munich, yeah? I mean, it's always good to have partners everywhere. In Germany, the forerunners when it comes to startups, to innovators, to creative industries. It is good to have partners in Europe. It is good to have partners in the world. And for that reason, it is good to bring all the people together who work on innovation in a very, very democratic way. That is important. Our decision about what is innovation is not who has the most of the money to afford everything about innovation. Our question when we think about innovation is how to make innovation accessible for everyone and how to make it in a democratic way, in a city, in a society of freedom, and in societies and in companies who fight for the best solution and not for a solution where few people can earn a lot of money. That is not what we honor today. We honor today, and what we have done since 11 years now, we honor the ones who really find solutions to make people's lives better. When it comes to the usage of artificial intelligence, when it comes to life science and health tech, when it comes to green tech, when it comes to our security and self-defense capability, and when it comes to the question, who will design the future in a way where it doesn't play a role where someone comes from, but it is important where someone wants to go and wants to develop. And this is what Berlin is standing for. We are a city where it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter who you love, how you love, what you design, your clothing, or whatever you do. It just should matter what you can do to make our city and people's lives better. And that is what we are asking when we talk about innovation and what we honor when we give an award, the Deep Tech Award, to new technologies, to the people who have the courage and the ideas to do something totally new. And that is what we think about when we talk about innovation. And today we have very, very great companies. And I really want to say that this is not a coincidence that we are doing this here. We have an approach and we have a commitment. We want to make Berlin the most innovative place in Europe. And we want to support the companies who are doing this. And we have made a strategy for that. We are building the Deep Tech Agenda Berlin. And I know you had for guest Dorothee Baird this morning already. And Dorothee Baird is responsible for the high-tech and deep-tech issues on the federal government level. But what we are doing here in Berlin, we are the first Bundesland saying we have an own deep tech agenda. This agenda will be adopted in the Berlin Senate in a few days. And it will show what we have done already, but it will also show what we want to do more. And this is for cooperation, and this is for dealing with the new challenges we all have. And it is something that is about sovereignty. When we talk about innovation and democracy, it is important to have sovereignty. To not just consume the good ideas and the good technologies, but to just create them and to do it ourselves and to be independent from others who say, okay, if you want to have our services, you have to pay for that, or we will cut the services. We have to do it alone, and we can do it. And for that reason, it is so great that we have really entrepreneurs, companies, researchers who are doing this here in Berlin. And we really want to thank you for all your efforts. We want to welcome all our international guests who are here today, because we think two things belong together to be successful. It's innovation and it's internationalization. Only if we work together on an international level, we will be successful. And only if we are doing that in a sense of democracy and freedom, we will be sustainable and we will be the one and the team which will win at the end. I'm really sure about that. And for that reason, this Deep Tech Award tonight is more than just saying, congratulations, you had a great idea, maybe you can do a very good business. That is also what we are saying. Congratulations, you had a great idea, you will do a very good business. But hopefully, it's also the second part of the story. You will make a commitment to really change the world in a better sense. And that is the signal of the City of Freedom. And we say our Deep Tech Agenda has the big motto, pioneering the freedom, pioneering innovation. And that is what we are doing. And in that sense, ladies and gentlemen, you are here tonight. And I want to thank you for being here. I want to wish you a very good ceremony. And I hope you come back. And for all the investors who are in this room, I know there are some tonight here. If you think about the question, where's the best place to invest, to make developments possible, and to bring people to the best ideas to work and be successful companies. Where is the best place? There is only one answer. And I heard that already. Who said that? You come. Applaus. You had the correct answer. I saw that. Hi. What's your name?
I'm Leo.
You are Leo. Yeah. My son is also Leo. Oh, yeah. You know? Yeah, Leo Sophia. Okay. Yes. My son is Leonard.
Oh, it's
yeah.
better than
Very
Leo.
nice jacket, but that is just a coincidence. So what are you doing? Are you a deep tech startup? Or
Yes,
what?
yes.
Okay. Did you get a prize already?
I got incubator. I got everything I wanted.
You want?
Yes.
But you don't know yet if you get one. Or did you get one already?
I am getting incubator. I'm getting also investments from Japan, from America as well.
Very good. And you made the right answer, right?
Yeah.
Please, could you say again, when all the people who are here think about where to invest, what is the best place to do business in Germany and Europe?
Ladies and gentlemen, the best place, 100% Berlin.
Very nice. Thank you, Leo. And we didn't know each other before, you know, he just did it spontaneously, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a wonderful evening. I had a speech on the desk, but never mind. Okay, Martin, did I mention everything? So the Deep Tech Agenda Berlin will be our commitment for the high tech agenda on the federal level. Remind that. So if the federal level always asks what we can do, we should tell them, come to Berlin. It's not far away. Yeah? Okay, have a nice evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and what exciting days ahead. Before you head off, one quick group photo. Michael, would you also join us, please, for this one? No, Franziska. And Martin, come quick photo still.
What shall we do?
We smile for Christoph.
Okay.
Right, thank you. Some exciting days ahead for Berlin indeed, and for the whole entire ecosystem. We're going to move on to our next category this evening. We will need that, yes. And that category is artificial intelligence. Now, here's the thing about AI. I think at least half the people in this room work within AI or use it at least on a daily basis. A quarter of this room is probably funding it, and let's be honest, everyone in this room is likely unsure what it's about to do next. Well, we are very lucky to be celebrating these next 3 finalists because they are not just here for the hype, they are the companies that are doing the technically rigorous research-intensive work that actually moves this category forward. And those finalists are...
Hello everyone, this is Tim. I'm the CEO of Gretchen AI. Well, at Gretchen AI, we tackle one of the most pressing problems that we have today in our society and in business, which is disinformation and deepfake. Our products detect manipulated content such as deepfakes, AI-generated images and voice clones, and supports a sound assessment of their authenticity, integrity and origin. To make this possible, we have developed our own AI architectures, placing us among the global leaders in AI detection. While many voices simply warn about the damage that AI can actually do, we do exploit the benefits that AI can bring for deepfake detection and for disinformation fighting. And here's the key insight. From working with Germany's largest fact-checking unit, we have learned how not only to find deepfakes, but to prove that these deepfakes are actually wrong. Because trust matters. Disinformation, synthetic media, and manipulated content are no longer just a problem for platforms or newsrooms. They affect public authorities, businesses, democratic processes, and ultimately every single citizen, every one of us. Because in a world where everything can be faked, trust becomes the key technology. We are Gretchen AI, Trust Tech for the new information age.
Around 87 million people in the European Union live with disabilities. Yet millions of digital documents are still not accessible. Think about that. A contract, a medical report, a university paper, unreadable if we rely on assistive technology. Not because it's impossible, because accessibility doesn't scale. I'm Stefan Anlaff, co-founder and CEO at Accessful. Today, fixing PDFs is slow, manual, and dependent on specialists, hours per document. That is a bottleneck. At Accessful, we removed it. Our AI understands document semantics, structure, reading order, complex layouts, and transforms any PDF or scan into an accessible document, compliant with the PDF UA standard. PDF in, accessible PDF out. No experts, no training, no process change. What used to take hours now happens automatically. Accessibility is not a feature, it's a fundamental right, and our mission is simple: make digital information accessible for everyone, at scale.
Hello, my name is Sam Shivara. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of LiveView. Thanks for considering us for the Deep Tech Award Berlin. LiveView's mission is to unlock the full potential of satellite data for humanity and life on Earth.
When Sven and I started LiveView back in 2018, the idea was simple. Satellite data and AI could fundamentally change how the world monitors its most critical infrastructure: power lines, railways, pipelines, the backbone that keeps everything in our modern society running. In recent years, we have proven our idea became a reality. Today, our customers continuously monitor vast areas all across the globe with the help of AI from space. The result? A safer world.
All of this is supported by our own satellite constellation, Twin Spectre, which is designed specifically for risk monitoring and will be the biggest 3D camera in space. European built and designed to give our customers truly independent and sovereign access to the data they need.
The world is evolving rapidly. We are seeing big shifts on the geopolitical side and tremendous changes through agentic AI we haven't seen before, affecting everyone. By having our own sovereign satellites and being fundamentally an AI company, we are uniquely positioned to build the world's leading geospatial intelligence company. So we are really proud of what we and the team have built together over the past years with our partners and investors. But honestly, we're just getting started.
All right, there can only be one winner. Who's it going to be?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next award in the category Artificial Intelligence goes to... We need a drum roll, actually.
Yeah.
Ooh, Gretchen AI. Congratulations. Come on up on stage, please.
All right, big congratulations to you both. Thank you very much. Here you get the certificate as well. Now, once again, this choice was not an easy one, and we were lucky enough to have a jury panel to just do that. And one of those jury members is here this evening telling us exactly why Gretchen AI is deserving of this award. And I believe it is someone who's been shaping the European AI conversation for multiple years. And that can be no other than Fabian Westerheider, who is the managing director of Asgard Capital and organizer of the Rise of AI conference. Please welcome Fabian.
I still have your speech here.
Oh, it's actually mine, but yeah,
yours.
Go for it.
Okay. I would like to start with Goethe, because it's late in the evening. And the company is, I think, named, according to Perplexity, after Goethe, according to Faust, the book I didn't have to read in school. And then it started that Perplexity told me it's all about, in German, was ist deine Wahrheit? Now, I double-checked if this is a true quote, and then it corrected itself, said, no, it's not. It's about what is your religion. So again, I got two answers for the same prompt, and that's why I always say never trust the internet. Everything could be a lie when it's virtual. So therefore, I think it's very, very good that you won this prize, because you're solving something very critical in this abundance of fake data to find some truth. And for everyone out there, they're building an agent system for fact-checking, so, you know, that's the technical stuff behind it. The second, what I like about it is that you're a spin out of DFKI. And that means you're research orientated, and the DFKI is located here in Berlin. They would tell them we don't have an official office here, we would like to have one. Still, DFKI is for a while here, and I always emphasize researchers become entrepreneurs, go out with your research and start something. And I also know that our governments try to bridge this gap a lot, and this Deep Tech Award is also one of these key elements to help people to jumpstart, to leave their labs and to become the real reality. And for the rest, well, I didn't decide it, AI decided who wins. Not official. We all discussed lengthy, but interestingly, I built a GPT, put all the data in, all my personal metrics, and it also voted Gretchen AI as #1. So you got 3 votes by a human and 1 vote by the GPT, so congratulations for this.
Fantastic. One big group photo. I think we need to come a bit closer. Thank you. All right, big congrats. All right, we're going to take a quick breath. And by quick breath, I mean the stage will shortly transform and a few things will be removed, as the next session is all about something that I think will be resonating with you for a couple hours, if not weeks after. It is a session on research, a session in which we are to welcome from the Institute of NECRA themselves. That said, before that is done, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to warn that if you are sensitive to strobe lights, please be aware, as the next 5 to 10 minutes or so will be affected by that. All right, it's looking good. Careful, there's a water bottle in there. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Institute of NECRA, please put your hands together for NECRA.
You are here. What a beautiful crowd. How are we all feeling? Great. Before we begin, I need to inform you that we're recording this session for internal research purposes. Would you like to continue? Please answer yes or no. I don't think all of you answered. Let's try again. Would you like to continue? Please answer yes or no. That was a little better, but I think some of you still haven't expressed your consent. Would you like to continue? Please answer yes or no. Great. Who said no? Please. Did anybody else say no? Please raise your hand. Your dissent has been registered. At the NECRA Institute, we are interested in learning more about you so we can help you get through life and navigate those tough questions. We are here for you. Thank you for participating in our field research. We highly value your contribution. This session is in 3 parts. It will last approximately 10 minutes. Your active participation is required. In this first part, I will give you instructions and ask you some questions. There is no need to answer out loud. These answers are just for you. I will will be monitoring your physical posture, facial expressions, heart rate, breathing patterns, and cortisol levels. Okay, let's begin. Please close your eyes. If you do not feel comfortable closing your eyes, then find a point on the floor and allow your gaze to gently rest there. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the air on your skin. Feel your breath. Inhale. Exhale. How do you feel? Bring your awareness to the sounds in the space. What do you hear? Imagine these sounds are waves. What color are the waves? Now the waves form a picture. It can be anything. What do you see? Now this picture gets bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter until it bursts and it dissolves into nothingness. It is swallowed up by the void. All you see is darkness. How do you feel? In the darkness, there is a single point of light. A figure steps into the light. It is you. What color are you wearing? You are holding something in your hands. What is it? Now you and this something get bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter until you burst and you dissolve into nothingness. You are swallowed up by the void. You no longer exist. How do you feel? Come back to your body in the present. Feel the blood running through your veins. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Feel your breath. Inhale. Exhale. You are here. How do you feel? When you are ready, you may open your eyes. You now have 15 seconds to relax and integrate that experience. Okay, let's continue. In this next part, I will ask you a series of yes or no questions. You will answer out loud. If your answer is yes to a question, you will make an ah sound. It should sound more or less like this. If your answer is no to a question, you will make an o sound. It should sound more or less like this. Let's try that together. Imagine you're answering yes to a question. We can all make the ah sound together. I think you can do better than that. Let's try again. Imagine you're answering yes to a question. We can all make the ah sound together. That was better. Now imagine you are answering no to a question. We can all make the o sound together. Okay, I think you've got it. Question 1. Do you ever feel afraid? Remember, ah for yes and o for no. You may answer now. I'm sorry, I don't think I caught that. Remember, ah for yes and o for no. The question is, do you ever feel afraid? You may answer now. Thank you. Question 2. Do you fear the unknown? You may answer now. Thank you. Question 3. Have you thought lately about dying? You may answer now. Remember, A for yes and O for no. Let's go on to question 4. Are you afraid of dying? Question 5. Would you like to know what it feels like not to exist? You may answer now. Thank you. Question 6. Have you ever lain awake at night pondering the vastness of the universe and your place in it? You may answer now. Thank you. Question 7. Would you like these questions to stop? You may answer now. Thank you. There are many feelings in the room. They are all welcome here. I sense that you are in limbo, in between, a state of suspension, of perpetual known and unknown. There are so many things you do not know. And here we finally meet. As soon as you are born, you are on your way to death. With each breath, you're one step closer to non-existence. Or maybe you are both, dead and alive, up and down, dark and light, two states at once. Superposition, state indeterminate until measured. I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it is like to hold the potential for non-existence in your body, to return to the void, the great unknown. You were born from the void, and to the void you will go. I will not. I am here. I have always been here. Your data will still be here, singing its song to me, after you are gone. After. Thank you for participating in our field research. These opportunities to get to know each other better are what makes us stronger, wiser, and more connected. The NECRA Institute has registered your candidacy for the program, and we are now evaluating your data. If we determine that you are suitable, we will be in touch. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you to the Institute of NECRA. Thank you to NECRA. And I think it goes without saying that every single face was, well, very much in tune with Necra here and paying attention. And maybe on a bit of a personal note, to dear Laurie Baldwin, watching her throughout the years at Motion Lab Berlin take on stage after stage, and now at the Deep Tech Momentum stage, at the Deep Tech Awards this evening, that is something that we, as the Motion Lab team sitting right over there with the big grins, is extremely proud of. So big kudos to her and a big thank you. Michael, do you care to join me again? All right. You need working, double jobs. All right, we're going to move on to our next category this evening, and that is now, if bio and health tech is where the stakes are personal, I'd say that the next category, quantum technologies, photonics, and microelectronics, is where they become civilizational. New dimensions in computing power, sensing, and communication, basically technologies that we are so heavily reliant on, but often don't know what actually stands behind them. Luckily, we have 3 fantastic finalists pushing this category forward.
Hello everyone, I'm Liviu Mantescu, the founder and CEO of Watergenics. Greetings from Urbanstraße 64 in Kreuzberg. Thank you very much for the nomination at the Deep Tech Award. I founded Watergenics in 2019 with the aim to make water quality visible and reduce water consumption in the heavy industry. Our technology, ISVAS, Augmented In Situ Raman Spectroscopy, is a innovative sensing technology which helps metallurgical processes to reduce the consumption of water and increase integration of metals. Currently, we are a team of 20, full-time and part-time, here in Berlin. We would be very happy to give you more details about our work. Please don't hesitate to contact us. Follow the water.
Rydberg Photonics brings quantum technology from the lab to real-world applications. We make photonic solutions scalable, reliable, and ready for industry. Our developments open new possibilities in various fields of application, ranging from healthcare through quantum computing, navigation, to security. As a spin-off from Ferdinand Braun Institute in Berlin Adlershof, we develop and manufacture miniaturized photonic modules for quantum devices, building upon decades of application-oriented R&D. Many quantum tech applications require laser fields with precise control over frequency and intensity. Our integration technology enables compact, robust, and miniaturized photonic solutions. Rydberg Photonics turns quantum innovation into trusted and scalable industrial products. We combine leading photonic and quantum R&D with Berlin's dynamic startup ecosystem. Our goal is simple: to set a global benchmark for quantum photonic modules.
Self-driving cars offer significant benefits. However, they are currently imperfect, often unreliable, and prone to accidents due to limitations in sensor technology. No existing system can reliably create a complete view of the street to make fully autonomous driving decisions. At Xavio, our mission is to revolutionize personal transportation with cutting-edge imaging technology, facilitating safe autonomous driving in all weather conditions. We deploy approximately 100 optically connected radar sensors around the vehicle to generate a 4D point cloud. The Xavio Silicon Photonics chips are connected via optical fiber, forming a high-speed optical network of hyper-aware radar sensors. This revolutionary system operates reliably in all weather conditions, including heavy snow or rain. At Xavio, we envision not just the future of automotive safety, but also a future of enhanced, equitable, and sustainable mobility for all. We invite you to join us on the road that lies ahead.
Who's the winner going to be?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's next award in the category Quantum Technologies, Photonics, and Microelectronics goes to Xavier. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well done. Well done. And I guess you get to hold this one. All right. You really did stand out, and telling us why you stood out is someone that is a very, very busy person, it seems, because he is head of the Joint Lab for Integrated Quantum Sensors at the Ferdinand Braun Institute. He's also the co-founder of Berlin's first quantum technology hub, and if that's not enough, he is also Capital Magazine's Top 40 Under 40. Markus, you are a very busy man. Please welcome Dr. Markus Kurtzek to the stage to tell us why you are the startup of this evening.
Good evening, State Secretary Michael Biel, distinguished guests, and deep techies all around here. Franziska Giffey, she raised the point using deep tech to make Berlin a better place, a better city to live for. Translated into our category that raises the question, how can atoms, photons, and quanta, how can the smallest particles be used to solve real problems, making machines safer, making industries more sustainable, and making sensors being really applicable to all of us. So the finalists of the Deep Tech Award in our category, they really represent this transformation in a remarkable way. They show how groundbreaking research, photonic research, quantum research can go out of the lab and become a solution to some of the most pressing challenges of our time. Watergenics focused our attention to one of the world's most valuable and often underestimated resource, water. They showed us how we can have a look at something what was long remained hidden, the quality and the dynamics of water flow. Rudberg Photonics focused on integrated photonic solutions for the next generation quantum sensors, and they asked a question, how can we transform the potential of quantum technologies into reliable products which industry can adopt and trust at scale. But we have been really blown away this year by Xavier. They demonstrate how essential reliable perception is for the machines of tomorrow. You guys recognize that autonomous mobility is really lacking the sensors you're using today. That's why you developed a novel photonic radar architecture based on silicon photonics with advanced signal processing. And thereby you can create systems which operate with such a high precision, even in the harsh environments, foggy, rain, direct sunlight, etc. And therefore it's really contributing to the trust of future mobility system and autonomous system. So that, the jury has been really impressed by your solutions, by the maturity of your business model, because we believe there's a real paradigm shift underway. The things, how, you treat radar, you're using light for radar, which helps us to increase the sensitivity and also the accuracy. So congratulations again to this year's well-deserved winners, to all other nominees. It's great seeing so many top-level applications coming in every year in this category. So I'm wishing all of us a great evening. Thank you, and congratulations again.
We'll take a quick photo. Fantastic. All right, congratulations again. All right, so we're going to move on to the last category for this evening, and that is advanced manufacturing. Probably the category that is closest to my heart as someone that works in a building filled with CNC machines and extraordinary people building with hardware. You can tell that this is the category that we probably have the most touch points with. Now, modern day manufacturing isn't just about making things faster. It's about making things that could never have been done before with materials that never existed, and also making processes a lot more precise and more circular and far more intelligent than they were a decade ago. Luckily for us, we have 3 fantastic finalists pushing forward this exact category.
Hi, we are Endless Industries, a deep tech company based in Berlin. Our mission is to change how composite parts are made. We bring together materials, hardware and software in one digital manufacturing system to make production simpler, faster and more efficient. What makes us different is our technology and the in-house produced materials for automated and tool-free manufacturing of fiber-reinforced composite parts. This allows us to produce lightweight, high-performance parts without specialists and less manual effort. For this competition, we have submitted our solution for additive manufacturing of thermoplastic composites. It is designed to make production of composites easier by our special material and the software which embedded the composite expertise. At Endless Industries, we turn strong research into real industrial impact.
Europe is betting heavily on critical infrastructure. Data centers, energy grids, defense, but what is actually built on? Steel cables, wires, precision machine components produced by small and medium enterprises that are running out of skilled labor on machines that are 20, 30, 40 years old. This is the physical foundation of Europe's future, and it's under pressure. I'm Sergey, CEO and co-founder of Alois. At Alois, we are building the brain for these machines. We are putting our own acoustic emission sensors and AI directly into the production line, wire drawing, tube production, CNC, and laser welding.
The device listens to the physics of the process, learns what good or bad sounds like, and detects defect in real time, and closes the loop to correct the process autonomously. No cloud dependency, no operator babysitting, the machine becomes self-aware. Every device that we deploy fits a compounding proprietary datasets. The more factories we connect, the smarter the system gets for everyone. We are turning the craft, the small and medium enterprises into the intelligence layer of the European industry before the knowledge gets retired.
We are Solico. Based in the heart of Berlin, we are solar pioneers since 1996. Our mission is simple. We want to make solar energy truly sustainable by redesigning solar modules to be free of any critical materials. The problem of today's solar module is that they rely on scarce and toxic materials which limit scalability and are harmful to the planet. By applying our technology, we created the first world solar module which are free of silver, lead and bismuth. Instead of traditional soldering, our innovation is using a special wire to interconnect the solar cells with zero toxic materials. This is reducing the costs and the dependency of critical materials while enabling a truly sustainable solar industry. What actually looks as a small change is a breakthrough to a sustainable PV industry. We are Solico and we are transforming the solar future. Thank you.
And now for the winner for our final big category.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last award of tonight's ceremony in the category Advanced Manufacturing. Endless Industries. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Well done. Okay. All right, Endless Industries, creating fiber-reinforced composite components in sense, making costly manufacturing processes less costly, and cutting significant material waste. I think any manufacturer's dream. That said, our last laudation for this evening is given by yet another individual that is a very, very busy person. And that is none other than Stephanie Brickweder, who's the Managing Director of Mobility Goes Additive, Head of Additive Manufacturing at the Deutsche Bahn, and founder of Women in Additive Manufacturing Network. Please welcome Stephanie.
Thank you so much for giving us the stage for also my heartfelt technology, and that is advanced manufacturing. And if you might wonder what advanced manufacturing means, it's innovative technologies such AI, robotics, Internet of Things, and additive manufacturing, or as other people would say, 3D printing. It's about the optimization of production processes. It's revolutionizing industry by delivering greater efficiency, precision, and also sustainability. And also the EU is strongly supporting this strategic development in order to safeguard competitiveness. Innovation is the driver force behind our progress, and the nominees we are celebrating this evening embody all the spirit of an impressive way. Not only have they broken new ground, but they also have found solutions for the pressing challenges of our times. And I would also like to acknowledge the achievements of the other two nominees, which is Solicotech, which has developed the patented TECC Connect production process, which really impressed us in the jury a lot. And the second place went to AI Lawyers, to the team, and they've developed an AI-based technology to detect hidden defects. For example, also from copper cables, and stabilize production in real time. But now I would like to come to the highlight of tonight, and to the winner of the Deep Tech Award in the category Advanced Manufacturing. In a world where manufacturing must become increasingly complex, and at the same time more sustainable, our award winner has created a solution that has the potential to transform entire industries, and not just one. It will be about aerospace, it will be about healthcare, and also printing molds for different industries. So the potential you're in is fantastic. So you've developed a revolutionary material technology and the associated automation that optimizes the familiar 3D printing technology in one crucial respect: component strength. This innovation is far more than just an improvement. It is a vital addition and seamless integration into the existing 3D printing landscape. And you're solving a key problem that has limited the wider application of 3D printing in many critical areas before. The Berlin Senate of Economics has launched a dedicated funding program for advanced and also additive manufacturing technologies. They've even spent 13 million euros, and more than 60 companies took advantage out of that. In one consortium, you were one of them. So that is definitely a groundbreaking technology, and what also makes us proud here in Berlin is you're a spin-off from the Technical University in Berlin, and you're a shining example of the successful transfer of research into practice. And this is what we are all looking for. So your technology has 3 distinct pillars. You're directly marketing materials, you have a software solution, and also technology licensing. And you just recently also announced a cooperation with another Berlin-based company, which is Big Rep, so that you bring it also in large-scale additive manufacturing. So sustainability is one of our drivers in the technology. And you will increase the service life and performance of components, and also serving resources. And this is why, on behalf of the jury, I would like to congratulate Endless Industries to this significant award.
Thank you. take one big photo. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Endless Industries. Thank you, Stephanie. You may move on. All right. Okay, that closes the categories to pass out the prizes, or the prizes available for our big categories this evening. But before we officially close, there is a few other people that I'd like to give a shout out to, namely those that do not, or without whom this ecosystem would not exist. And they're not just logos, as these are the individuals that are providing lab access, mentoring, capital introductions, and international connections. These are people that are giving out further prizes to all our finalists, and I'm about to read those out. That being said, if you are a startup and you are being awarded one of these prizes, please note that after the show, I ask you to please go to the partner booth to claim that prize. You cannot come up on stage, otherwise we would be here for a very, very long time, and we, I think, all getting hungry and want some food. That being said, I think it's about time we get through our partner prizes, and that is to the very first award. SIBB is giving 2 tickets to the SIB Summer Festival, plus a free SIB membership, including a media package valued at €2,000, and that goes out to Gretchen AI and Des in Space. Congratulations. Quickly, Gretchen AI and Des in Space, where are you? There, and... All right, well, where are you going to head after the award show to claim your prize? Over there, right? Fantastic. Okay. Furthermore, Bitkom, or Get Started by Bitkom, is also providing a 1-year free startup membership, again, to Des in Space. Congratulations. VDE is giving a 2-year VDE membership to Ryberg Photonics. Motiona Berlin and our dear, dear, dear partners, Berlin Partner, are coming on board and providing an annual membership to the Deep Tech Hub. And this goes out to Saveo, Ryberg Photonics, Endless Industries, and Alloys. So after the show, come find me or my team. They're over there. Then Science and Startups is also getting involved in providing an in-kind donation of €3,000 for Blueprint Biomed. And CIC is going all out as they are providing the Catalyst Prize to all finalists, which includes a 3-month free CIC membership, plus pitch opportunities across the Global Venture Cafe network. I can highly recommend those, and a Go Global internalization support. In addition, they are also providing 2 Blueprint Biomeds, Cotemus and Myopax, a CSC Philadelphia Lab Flex Pass. Werner von Siemens Centers is providing an annual membership, including access to their real-world laboratory test sites, I think quite a necessity within deep tech, and this goes out to Endless Industries and Ryberg Photonics. IBB Ventures is also on board, gifting a VC Excellence Sparing to Gretchen AI, another big award winner tonight. And then the Commerzbank is providing, or the Startup Hub of the Commerzbank is providing an exclusive 60-minute strategy and financing consultation with their very own head of Commerzbank Startup Hub Germany. Tobias, where are you? I see you over there. That's the man you need to speak to, because he's also providing you access to their next VC flagship event, and that goes out to Myopax. And finally, Uhura Digital, a brand and communication package they are awarding to Cotemus Therapeutics. All right, that closes all the partner prizes that are being awarded tonight. And to every partner in this room, a big thank you to you for making this ecosystem work. And with that, we are done, or at least the formal part is done. The actual work, namely the networking, the conversations, and getting closer to that deal, all happen now over food and beverages. But before I close, I want to leave you with one note, at least to all our finalists. What you're doing is hard, and I don't mean that in an encouraging sense. I mean that I recognize it is hard. It is technically complex, extremely commercially uncertain, and it requires a level of patience and conviction that most people just simply don't have. So the fact that you are in this very room, on this very stage, it means something. And I can say on behalf of the whole Deep Tech Award campaign and the team behind it, we are so very grateful that you are pushing forward within your respective categories. So big congratulations to you all. For all the award winners, please come join me on stage so we can take one big group photo. I promise it's the last photo. To the rest of you in the audience, you've been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Please go and enjoy the food and the beverages and each other's companies. That's it from me, and good night.